Yes, and to all. So today we are going to discuss some example of a rearrangement reaction. So one rearrangement that we have to discuss, that is a Claisen rearrangement reaction, and remaining one, they are the Curtius, Lawson and Schmidt rearrangement. So let us see the Claisen rearrangement reaction. Claisen rearrangement. Claisen rearrangement reaction. So in Claisen rearrangement reaction, the the starting compound that you are using is phenyl allyl ether. So the starting compound is this one. Here is a benzene nucleus. Here is a pi bond, and here is O, and this is the CH2, CH double bond, CH2. So it is called as a phenyl. So it is a phenyl, and this moiety is called as allyl. It is called as a allyl, and it is ether, phenyl allyl ether. So this phenyl allyl ether, when you heat near about at 200 degree centigrade temperature, right? Then what happen? Undergo a rearrangement. And suppose if I write the this CS2 CH in this compound like this one, it is the alpha carbon, it is the alpha carbon, it is a beta carbon, and it is a gamma carbon. So here is a hydrogen, right? Here is a hydrogen called as a ortho hydrogen atom. So here what happen? It undergo a rearrangement and there is a formation of corresponding phenol. So you are getting pi bond, pi bond, pi bond. Here is OH. This H will attack on this oxygen OH, and this gamma will attack ortho carbon atom. So you are getting CH2. Here is the CH double bond CH2. So in this case, what happens? This is your gamma. So gamma carbon will here. It is a alpha. It is a beta and it is a alpha. So the alpha which was directly attached to the oxygen, this alpha, and here is the gamma. This gamma will attack on this ortho hydrogen atom, and you are getting such type of a compound. So there is a formation of corresponding ortho allyl phenol. So you are getting corresponding, that is phenol, and such of reaction takes place. Now suppose in this case, if I write this hydrogen is not H, it is a CH3. Right? Next example, here is your pi bond, pi bond, pi bond, and here is the O, here is a CH2, here is CH double bond CH2. So and same thing, alpha carbon, beta carbon, and gamma carbon, right? And the gamma carbon. But here, what I have done, the ortho hydrogen is replaced by the CH3, means there is an absence of ortho hydrogen atom. So again same thing, when it is heated at 200 degree centigrade temperature, then what happen? This group will attack at, here is a pi bond, here is a pi bond, here is a pi bond, and here is a OH, right? So here is a CH3. Now as there is absence of hydrogen, but in this case there is a presence of also more ortho hydrogen atom. In this case, what happen? This group will, and of here is a CH2, here is a CH double bond CH2, means you getting this is your gamma carbon. So they're alpha carbon, right? So here is alpha carbon, here is a beta carbon, and here is a gamma carbon. So when one of the ortho hydrogen is blocked, then the allyl group will attack on the next ortho hydrogen atom, right? Similarly, suppose if you are having a such type of example, here you are having this benzene nucleus, right? Here is a pi bond, pi bond, pi bond. Here is a O. Here is a CH2, CH double bond CH2, right? Here is a CH3. Here is a CH3. Also here is a CH3. Now both ortho hydrogen they are blocked, right? And here is a para hydrogen, right? Here is a para hydrogen atom, and in this case, here is a alpha carbon, here is a beta carbon, and here is a gamma carbon. So again, it undergo corresponding reaction. When you heat it at higher temperature, for example, 200 degrees centigrade temperature, so it is found that also there is a formation of a corresponding phenol, right? Also there is a formation of corresponding phenol, and here the CH3, here is a CH3, but there is an attack of this allyl group like this one, CH2, CH double bond, CH2. But in this case, the position of this carbon, the position of this carbon will be like this one. Here, in this case, it is a alpha beta gamma, but in this case, I have written alpha beta gamma. It is wrong. It should be right here. In this case, it is alpha beta gamma, right? So this alpha will, the gamma will attack on the ortho. So in this case, you have to write gamma, right? Then beta, and then alpha, right? Alpha, same thing. Okay. So here what happened? When it attack at ortho position, gamma will attack, but when it attack at para position, then alpha will attack. So alpha, beta, and gamma. So in this way, the rearrangement takes place. So this is the reaction, right? That is the called as Claisen-Ester condensation reaction. Claisen-Ester condensation reaction. So here the mechanism is not so important, right? They will not ask mechanism. Only you should know where it will attack, right? Either at ortho or ortho hydrogen or a para hydrogen atom. So it is called as a Claisen-Ester condensation reaction, right? So the mechanism is very simple, right? So generally in exam they may not ask a mechanism, right? So will not take that mechanism. Only you should know how it attacks, right? So it is called as a Claisen-Ester condensation reaction. What is starting compound? Starting compound is allyl ether, phenyl allyl ether. And what you are getting? You are getting a phenol, allyl phenol. Allyl phenol, if ortho position is not blocked, then this allyl group will attack here. The gamma will attack on the ortho hydrogen atom. When other one position ortho is blocked, in that case, the allyl group will attack at the next ortho position. And when both are blocked, in that case, the group will attack on the para position. So it is called as a Claisen-Ester condensation, or that is a Claisen rearrangement reaction. It is called as a Claisen rearrangement reaction, right? So sometimes what they may do, they will label the carbon, right? So here in this case, in exam, what they may do, they may label the carbon, means it is a corresponding isotope. So this carbon is gamma, right? So here this is the label carbon, right? So similarly, you can write here, suppose if they label this carbon, then this label carbon will be here. Right? Next example, and suppose if this carbon is a label carbon, right? Then again same thing, this carbon will be the label carbon. Here we have put here ethyl. Sometimes they also put methyl, ethyl, or p group. So we'll get the number of example. It is called as a Claisen-Ester condensation reaction. Claisen-Ester condensation reaction. Okay. Now we have to see some. I think only three reaction has remained. Then we can complete this rearrangement. And all these three, they are near about similar. So those three are the next and the last three rearrangement, which are near about similar. So they are that is, yes, Hofmann. Also there is one more rearrangement, Hofmann, and then we'll see for the last three. Hofmann rearrangement reaction, right? Hofmann rearrangement reaction. Hofmann rearrangement reaction. So in Hofmann rearrangement reaction, the starting compound is your amide, RC double bond O NS2 amide. It reacts with alkali NaOH and bromine, NaOH and bromine. So there is a formation of a corresponding amine, right? So here are carbon, there are two carbon, C2 means here is only one carbon, means there is a decrease in the number of carbon atoms. So it is called as a Hofmann rearrangement reaction. Another example, here we can take in particular, suppose if you take the methyl group CH3, C double bond O and NS2 means acetamide. Acetamide react with alkali NaOH or KOH in the presence of bromine, then you are getting corresponding NH2 methyl amine. Similarly, instead of R, if you put the benzene nucleus, it is a benzene nucleus. Here is a benzene, here is a C double bond O and NH2. Further, it reacts with NaOH and bromine Br2. So there is a formation of corresponding aniline, right? There is a formation of corresponding aniline. Now let us see what is the mechanism of this reaction, right? So what happens in the mechanism, right? In the mechanism of the reaction, here is the mechanism of the reaction. In general, R, C double bond O, here is a N, here is a H, and here is a H, right? So in the first step, what happen? This NaOH will react with bromine. This NaOH react with bromine, Br and Br, and there is a formation of NaOBr, right? So this H and this Br, there is a of HBr, and Na and this NaO and Br, NaOBr. So sodium hypobromide. So there is a formation of a sodium hypobromide. So first step is the formation of a sodium hypobromide. Now the second step. So in the second, what happen? This NaOBr, sodium hypobromide, it is one of the important brominating reagent. It is one of the important brominating reagent. So the hydrogen is replaced by Br. It undergo bromination. So there is a formation of a such type of N-bromoamide. So in this case, NaOH and Br2, firstly, it acts as a base. Why? It acts as a brominating reagent. Brominating reagent means it undergo bromination. Now, in the third step, what happened? Here, R, C double bond O, N and Br, and here is the H. Right? So this NaOH, it acts as a base. So the nitrogen is a more electronegative. Also this nitrogen and Br, they are more electronegative. So this sigma bond will shift towards nitrogen and Br. So it makes acidic. So what happens? the bond between this hydrogen and nitrogen, they will open on the nitrogen. There is a formation of a corresponding that is R C double bond O. Here is a N, right? The here there was a lone pair already. Again, there is a formation of a corresponding one more lone pair, right? So here you get such type of compound, and in this case, the rearrangement step takes place. In this step, the rearrangement step takes place. So here let us see how the rearrangement step takes place. So what happened in this case, the Br is more electronegative, so this will open on the Br get negative, right? Nitrogen get here is a positive, right? So as nitrogen get positive, here this will get a negative charge. So here I can write also there is a formation of RC double bond O. Here is a N negative, right? So it is called as a nitrene. It is called as a nitrene. Nitrene intermediate. It is called as a nitrene intermediate. We cannot isolate, but you have to write. So this nitrene, even though if you don't write it also work, you can write like this one. This sigma bond open here, Br negative, nitrogen is having positive. So R along with electron pair means R negative. R negative will attack on this N positive from this direction. So as it open on the R negative, carbon becomes positive, and carbon becomes positive. So this negative will attack here, and there is a formation of a double bond. And you are getting here is R, right? Here is R, right? So this R will attack on this nitrogen, nitrogen, nitrogen. There is a double bond with the carbon, and there is a double bond with the oxygen. So you are getting a such type of a intermediate called as a isocyanate. It is called as isocyanate. So there is a formation of isocyanate. So they may ask which isocyanate intermediate form in so and so rearrangement reaction. And last step is addition of that is the water HOH. Here the nitrogen is more electronegative as compared to carbon, so the pi bond will open on the nitrogen, right? The pi bond will open on the nitrogen, nitrogen negative, carbon positive. So this H and OH, H positive will attack, this H positive will attack on this N negative, and this OH negative will attack on this C positive, and you are getting such type of R. Here is a N, here is a C, here is a double bond, addition of H, addition of OH, right? And this will further undergo again such type of breaking. Nitrogen is more electronegative as compared to carbon. So again, the sigma bond will open on the nitrogen, nitrogen negative, carbon positive. So you have to neutralize this positive. So this sigma bond will shift here, and there is a formation of a double bond, and you are getting here R N, here is a H, and here is a negative, and this H positive will attack on this N negative. So here the attack of H plus C double bond O and double bond O means you get amine, you get a amine, right? So there is a formation of such type of amine takes place. So here you'll find that there is a decrease in the number of a carbon atom. Amide was having 2 carbon, but here you are having only 1 carbon. So it is called as a, that is a Hofmann degradation or Hofmann rearrangement reaction. So this step is a rearrangement, right? So in this case, there is a formation of a isocyanate and a nitrene intermediate. So from here also you can write. From here also you can write, right? So here this R will attack on this N negative means. So here this carbon positive, so this negative will shift here, right? And you can get again the same isocyanate. Either you write like this one or like this one, it both will work. So in this way, this is the Hofmann rearrangement reaction. So remaining one I will not write the example, right? Let's see the next, that is the Lawson rearrangement, then Curtius rearrangement, and Schmid rearrangement. Schmid rearrangement reaction. Schmid rearrangement reaction. So these are the three rearrangement: Lawson, Curtius, and Schmid rearrangement. So you should know what are the starting compound and what are their products, right? So let us see the three rearrangement that is called as Lawson, Curtius, and that is your Schmid rearrangement reaction, right? First we'll take that is your called as uh, Curtius rearrangement reaction, right? So let us take the Curtius rearrangement, Schmid, Lawson, and Curtius. So first we'll that is called as Schmid rearrangement, right? So first we will take the Schmid rearrangement. So in the Schmid rearrangement reaction, the reaction start from acid R C double bond O and OH. It is your acid and acid. This acid, it react with acid H plus. H plus means H2SO4, right? We can use H2SO4, which provides H positive. You know, this oxygen have the two lone pair, right? It undergo protonation. And you are having R, C, here is O, here is H, and double bond O and H. As oxygen donate lone pair, oxygen carries a positive charge, right? So we have to neutralize this positive. So this sigma pi bond will open on the oxygen. There is a neutralization of the positive charge. It becomes OH, and this carbon becomes a positive. So there is a formation of a positive, right? And here you can get here R, C, here is O, H, here is O, H, right? And this carbon becomes a positive, right? Actually, we cannot isolate, but here I am writing just for your understanding. And then the reagent in this case is your this one. This is called as a reagent. N, here is a N, and here is a N. So this is your negative charge, right? These are positive charge, and you are having a triple bond, and you are having a triple bond. So in this case, you are using a reagent called as H. Here is the H, nitrogen 3, H, N 3, right? It is your just like a ammonia NH3, right? Ammonia NH3, but here is a hydrozoic acid. It is a hydrozoic acid. So here, what happened in the Schmid rearrangement? In the Schmid rearrangement reaction, so the starting compound is your acid. The starting compound is your acid R C double bond O O H acid. It react with HN3, right? Hydroxylic acid, and there is a formation of a corresponding, that is a amine RNH2, right? So these are overall transformation. Starting compound acid, reagent HN3, and the product is your primary amine. Now let us see what is the mechanism of this reaction, right? So here what happened, the reagent will attack like this one, right? N negative, this N negative will attack on this C positive. Look here, pi bond open the oxygen, neutralization of the positive charge, carbon becomes positive. So this negative will attack on this positive. So I write this negative on this carbon atom. Okay, so you are having R, C, here is O, H, right? Here is O, H, and also there is O, H, and I can put here H, N, because negative will attack on the positive, and the next part is a N triple bond N and a positive, right? This is structure of a hydroxylic acid. Here is the positive. Okay, and further this will undergo further reaction like this one. This OH is there. OH is anti to this one. So here this sigma bond will open here. OH negative, carbon becomes positive, and this sigma bond will shift here. Formation of a double bond, right? Formation of a double bond, and here you are getting corresponding compound like this one. So here is R, here is a C, here is a double bond, here is a N, here is a N triple bond, N and a positive. So you can get such type of that is a this compound. Here is OH. Also there is a O and a EH. Having two lone pair, right? Now next step is a rearrangement step. So here what happen? Nitrogen is having positive. So this sigma bond will open on the nitrogen. There is a removal of a N2 gas. At the same time, R along with electron pair R negative will attack on this N positive, right? This carbon becomes positive. So lone pair will shift on this sigma bond. Formation of a bond on oxygen carries a positive charge. So here you are having, so here is the carbon, right? Here is a double bond, here is a N, there is removal of a N positive, nitrogen is positive. So there is attack of R and there is a attack of a lone pair from the oxygen. That's why oxygen carries a positive charge. So you are getting such type of that is one of the, we can say, intermediate. Now oxygen carries positive. We have to neutralize this positive. So here this sigma bond will open on the oxygen, and you are having such type of compound, right? So here is a carbon, here is a carbon, here is a double bond, here is a N, here is a R, and here is a double bond O, right? And this is called as isocyanate, right? I can write like this one: R, N, double bond, C, double bond O. It is called as isocyanate, right? It is called as isocyanate, right? It is called as isocyanate, right? So just in the previous reaction, that is a Hoffman reaction, also there is a formation of isocyanate. So there is an attack of HOH, water. Again, the nitrogen is more electronegative, nitrogen negative, carbon positive. So this H positive will attack on this N negative, and this OH negative will attack on this C positive, and you are having R, there is a N, here is a C, double bond O, attack of H, attack of OH, and further it again open on the nitrogen, nitrogen negative, carbon positive. So there is a bond between the H and OH. There is a bond between the H and OH. So here this sigma bond will shift on the sigma bond, and there is a formation of a R, N, here is a H, here is a H, plus C double bond O means CO2, and you are getting corresponding, that is amine. So what you have done, we have started from the carboxylic acid and you are having the amine. So starting from the carboxylic acid and you are getting the amine, right? So here you are having a such type of a mechanism. So you start from carbonic acid. How many carbons are there? Carbon number 1 and carbon number 2. Suppose if I write here carbon number 1 and carbon number 2. Here how many carbons are there? There is only one carbon. Means the two carbon will convert into one carbon. Right? Means there is a degradation. There is a decrease in the number of a carbon atom takes place. So acid becomes amine. So it is called as a Schmid rearrangement reaction. So they may ask, what is the reagent in the Schmid rearrangement? HN3. It is called as a hydrazoic acid. It is called as a hydrazoic acid. So this HNO3 we can write like this one, right? You have to remember, and the name of this one is hydrazoic acid. HYDRAZOIC acid, hydrazoic acid. Okay, so in this way you can write the number of examples. Just you replace this R by methyl, ethyl or pH, we will get the corresponding, that is a amine, right? So in this way we have seen the formation of a corresponding amine, right? Let them give any R you should write. So here the starting compound is acid, reagent is HNO3 and H2SO4, and you are having corresponding amine product, right? Suppose in this case, what you have done, we have added a water, right? We have added a water, HOH, and you have added water. But suppose instead of adding water, if you add alcohol, C2, H5 and OH, again in the same way, here is the partial negative and here is the partial positive. So what you should get, here is a N negative, means H positive will attack, and H positive will attack. But here it's an attack on the isocyanate. Here we have written the water, and here we have written the again the water. It undergo dehydration, so there is no need to write water here because we have already written water here, right? So if we start from isocyanate, if you start from the isocyanate, this one, and if you attack instead of water, that is a C2, H5 and OH, then in this case you are getting R, N, here is a C double bond O, like this one, N negative, H positive, there is a H positive, and here is a O, C2, H5. It is called as a urethane. It is having a particular smell. So formation of urethane can be explained that there is a formation of a isocyanate. So when you add water, you are getting amine, and when you add ethyl alcohol, you can get a urethane in the that is a mid rearrangement reaction. Okay, now let us see the next rearrangement reaction. So application part, I think you can write yourself the application part. So we'll take the next reaction, that is we are not going to take examples. We have taken the Schmid. Let us take the Lawson rearrangement reaction. Lawson rearrangement reaction. So in Lawson, again what happened? The starting compound is your acid, RC double bond OH, and you have to convert into corresponding, that is a halide, means the starting compound is corresponding acid halide, right? Acid halide, and this acid halide you have to react with, that is a hydroxylamine, NH2OH. So either you start from the acid or acid halide. So here what happen, H from this and Cl from this, there is removal of that is a HCl. and there is a formation of a corresponding such type of a compound R C double bond O. Here is a N H because one of the hydrogen from this one, and you are having a corresponding O H. Understand? So this one of the H, right? One of the H will remove from here. So I write this H like this one. So this Cl and this H, there is a removal of HCl. There is a removal of HCl, and you are getting such type of compound. And what is the name of this compound? It is called as a hydroxyamic acid. HYDROXAMIC, hydroxyamic acid. Now these are starting compound. Actually, we start from the acid. We convert acid into acid halide into hydroxyamic acid. So here we can also say, right? We can also say that first reaction with SOCl2 and second reaction with NH2OH, NH2OH, and you are getting corresponding same compound, that is this one. So you are having a R C double bond O. Here is a N, right? Here is a H, and here is a O and H. The reaction can be catalyzed in the presence of acid or also base. So we are having two type of the mechanism, either acid or base catalyze. So if we carry out in the presence of base, base, this OH is base. So this sigma bond will open on the nitrogen, nitrogen negative, H positive. So you are having R C double bond O. Here is a N double bond. Here is a O H, and nitrogen carries a negative charge. Then further, this will open here, and you are having there is a formation of R C double bond O, and here is a N, right? Here is a negative, and here there is a lone pair, right? So this will open here, right? And this species in which previously there was a negative, right? This species is called as a nitrene, right? So actually this undergo rearrangement, but just for understanding, I have written here formation of a nitrene, and further it undergo rearrangement. R with electron pair will attack on this nitrogen, because nitrogen having the negative charge, carbon becomes positive. So this negative will shift here, and you are having R. This R will attack on the nitrogen. There's a formation of a double bond, and there's a formation of a CO. Means again you get isocyanate. So in the Hofmann rearrangement, in the Curtius rearrangement, and in the Lawson rearrangement, there is a formation of isocyanate takes place. And further, if you react with water, then you can get corresponding amine. So there is addition of water. This sigma bond will open on the nitrogen, N negative, C positive, H positive will attack on this N negative. So you are having R, N, here is a C double bond O, here is O, and here is H, and here is a H. And further, it undergo such type of opening. This N negative, C positive, this is shift here. There is a removal of CO2, and N negative, H positive will attack here, and there is a formation of R, H, and H, means amine, right? Means amine. So what you have done? We start from acid, we convert into acid halide, react with the hydroxyl amine. There is a formation of a hydroxamic acid, and this hydroxamic acid in the presence of alkali, it gives corresponding amine. So Same reaction also we can write by the, that is the acid catalyzed reaction. So here I take only, there is a base catalyzed, and it is a base catalyzed reaction. It is called as a Lawson rearrangement reaction. In this way, just you have to write down, or we get the number of examples. So here the starting compound is acid, and you are again getting amine. Means starting compound acid, you are getting amine. But what are the reagents? Reagents are acid halide, SOCl2, NH2OH, and alkali, and you get the corresponding amine. Let us see last reaction, Curtius rearrangement. Curtius rearrangement. Curtius Curtius rearrangement reaction. So in the Curtius rearrangement, what you have to see, the starting compound is a C double bond O and N3, means acid azide. Acid azide. Acid azide. Acid azide, when you heat it, there is a removal of nitrogen gas, and there is a formation of again corresponding that is isocyanate, right? Corresponding isocyanate, and isocyanate further react with the water. There is a formation of a corresponding amine with CO2, right? CO2. So how this azide formation takes place, that you have to see, and what is the mechanism of this reaction. Here the starting compound is again acid, RC double bond OH, acid. Acid react with SOCl2, SOCl2. You are getting corresponding acid halide, RC double bond OCl, and this acid halide further react with sodium azide, NaN3. It is called as a sodium azide. Sodium azide. So here Na from this, Cl from this, there is a removal of NaCl, and there is a formation of RC double bond ON3. So it is your acid azide. Means starting from acid, we convert into corresponding acid azide. Now let us see what is the mechanism of this reaction, right? So this acid azide, when you heat it, then there is a formation of a corresponding, that is a amine. So this azide, you can write its structure like this one. So what is structure of azide? You can write azide like this one, R C double bond O. Here is N. There are the two lone pair. Nitrogen carries negative, right? The nitrogen carries negative, and here is N triple bond N and positive. So it is azide, right? Acid azide. When you heat it, then what happen? In this case, this sigma bond is open on the nitrogen. There is a removal of nitrogen gas. This nitrogen become positive, means there is a neutralization of the positive, this negative. So I result R with along with electron pair, means R negative will attack on this N here positive, right? So here firstly there is the formation of a nitrine, right? As soon as this is open here, here is a neutralization of positive. So in this case, this negative and this positive, it get neutralized. So I will increase one more step. So here C double bond O, here is a nitrogen lone pair already, and again there is a only one lone pair because this negative undergo neutralization. So this species called as nitrine, means in all these three rearrangement there is a formation of a nitrine, right? And then it undergo rearrangement. So here I will not write direct step, we increase one more step only, right? So we can also write the direct step also, right? The formation of nitrine R along with electron pair, R along with electron pair, will attack on the nitrogen, carbon becomes positive, so this negative will shift here, and this R will attack on the nitrogen. There's a formation of double bond and there's a oxygen. Further, it reacts with either water or ethyl alcohol. According to that one, you can get corresponding product. N negative, C positive, H positive will attack on this N negative, and OH negative will attack on this C positive, and you are getting R, N, here is the C, double bond O, attack of H, attack of OH. Further, in this case, the nitrogen is more electronegative as compared to carbon. Sigma bond open on the nitrogen, N negative, C positive. So C positive means this sigma bond will shift here, formation of a double bond, and H positive will attack on this N negative, and you are getting corresponding product called as RnH2 plus CO2. So these three reactions are near about same. The three reactions are near about same. So we have seen the Curtius rearrangement reaction. In Curtius rearrangement reaction, what we have seen, the starting compound is azide. How to prepare the azide? It can be prepared from the acid. Acid react with SOCl2. SOCl2 means it gives acid halide. Acid halide react with sodium azide. You are getting corresponding that is acid azide. And the starting compound is acid azide, but the starting compound in this case we are using a acid, carboxylic acid, right? And further, when you just simply hit it, you get corresponding, that is a nitrine to corresponding amine. So in Curtius, Lawson and Smith, the final compound is amine. Final compound is amine, intermediate is isocyanate, and nitrine is the intermediate, right? So in this way we have seen there is a formation of a Curtius rearrangement reaction, right? So here in this way we have completed all the rearrangement reaction in your book. If you have doubt, you may ask. Yes, if you have doubt, you may ask. Any doubt? Yes, no doubt. हाँ
हाँ, आगे के चैप्टर्स जो है ना, कार्बेनियन और रेट्रोसिंथेसिस और अदर चैप्टर्स,
हाँ राइट
उस हम जस्ट एमसीक्यू डिस्कस करें क्या?
राइट, हाँ करेंगे ना, कोई बात नहीं।
जो बना
हाँ यस एम नॉट ईटिंग क्लियर वॉइस। हाँ यस
हाँ, कल जैसा लिया था ना एमसीक्यू रीअरेंजमेंट
हाँ राइट
रिएक्शन
राइट
पे,
हाँ हाँ
उस टाइप में अगर आप बनाएंगे ना तो इट विल बी गुड फॉर अस, मतलब प्रैक्टिस भी हो जाएगा, हम लोग लर्न करके लेंगे।
राइट राइट
टॉपिक रीड करने को आए।
हाँ यू डोंट थिंक
एमसीक्यू वाइज
you read the carbanions and their reaction yourself, right? Carbanions and their reactions, and that is a retrosynthesis, right? I will not take like this one. I will take only objective, right? So
Yes,
tomorrow just will go directly to the objective, right? So just I will take the question and we'll discuss their answer and we'll explain why it is that option. Okay, understand?
Yes,
right? So instead of taking now here, these are some important topics, that's why I have taken in a short, right? So if you go again somewhat thoroughly, then you can understand very easily and you can answer any question, right? Okay, any doubt? Hello. Okay, then I think we should stop here, and tomorrow at the same time we'll take the objective question on the carbanions and their reaction. Okay, carbohydrates and their reaction. Right. So thanks to all. You can leave the meeting. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.